guys, I'm your Sharanya and you're listening to Story Treasure. Without any delay, let's get into today's story. Girl in Army. There was a city in which various kinds of atrocities are happening on women very frequently, which the authorities can't even control those. This made parents of girls frightened about sending their girl out. Yet, few families send their daughters outside, thinking that the situations happening outside won't ruin the career of children. Among those, one brave father wanted her daughter to go to the college, but the girl refused as she frightened by seeing the scenarios of acid attacks, harassment, injecting drugs, and so on. Then the father started saying that she should be very strong and tough. He took her out with him and made her enrolled in the class, which gave her the opportunities to learn all the possible ways on how to defend and how to fight against it. Her father strictly believed that girls are the only solution to those type of people. He wanted his daughter to be strong and should have guts to face any type of person. But she didn't lose fear even after joined. Later on, she gradually started liking the way of defending, but she didn't lost her fear. At that time, her father called her and said, "See, my dear, the one who fear won't get success for sure. But when you defeat fear in you, you'll become role model for lot of people. I want to see you as a person who gives the best lesson who are spoiling lot of girls' lives." Then the girl tried hard and successfully completed the coaching. After few days of completion of coaching, on the way to her college, four boys came forward towards the girl with an acid bottle. While they are far approaching her, the girl is stepping backwards. The boy is stepping forward, and the girl's steps are going back. While going back, the girl is seeing the surroundings. After few steps, the girl stopped going back and even the boys too. Boys surprisingly staring at the girl. The girl has a smile and her eyes reflects the bravery of her. This made the boys angry and rushed towards the girl. Three of them caught the girl tightly and one among them is ready to pour acid. She raised her leg towards the boy who is trying to pour acid on her, which made him move backwards as she got grip on the surroundings, and she took something sharp nearby with her hand and made injury to other person, which gave relief from remaining two. The boys then took weapon from her hands and finally the boy rushed the girl with an open bottle of acid. Then she just twisted his hand and tilted the bottle, which caused acid poured on his face. She made all boys frightened by weapon and called the authorities and surrendered them, by which she fulfilled her father's dream. The authorities saluted her bravery and thanked her. All the friends and relatives praised for her bravery. As she inspired by life of army after completion of graduation, she decided to join in army. Then she went to her father and said about her goal. Shockingly, the father refused as the love towards his child stopped him to do so. Then the girl said, "Dad, I know you love me a lot because you feel that I'm your second mother, right? But for you, for me, and for every citizen, our country is the mother. The love towards the nation is unconditional. As we burn in this nation, there is something that to be returned, and I want to do that. Maybe I lost me in this sequence, but I'll be proud." By listening this, the father appreciated and accepted. But many questions met her from society saying, "This girl in army? How can a girl survive in army? Is this girl bear all the struggles and save India from attacks?" Leaving all aside, she attempted and cleared the exam, passed all physical, mental and health tests, then joined in the army. When she wore the uniform of army, she felt the beauty of her increased, as this is the special dress no girl gets just by buying in a mall. Few days passed away in which she was trained in army. She always shows her interest in the army and stood first in everything. The training completed and she is into the field now. A huge war arrived, by which the dresses worn by soldiers were into pieces. Only some part of faces are visible in the pool of blood. Most of the soldiers lost faith in taking the war to next step. The war break arrived. Now, the girl motivated everyone in the army by saying, don't lose faith. Now, they may be overconfident by seeing us. They may think that we are useless. Show the power of nation with your weapons against them. Then she became the first to take part in the war after war break. The soldiers, listening to her words, motivated by her bravery, took part in war, and finally after few hours war stopped as they stepped back by seeing the soldiers' strength and army guts. This made the girl as the major of the army by appreciating guts, intelligence, and efforts of her. The news saying girl as major in army is printed in every newspaper and scrolling is appeared in TV channels. When the father remembered his child and took her photograph which is on the TV, he came across the news that is shown on TV. He felt proud of her, smiled, and kissed the photograph while wiping the tears that are running on his face. The relatives, friends who criticized her and questioned her after seeing the news felt sorry for what they did for her. She said answer to everyone who questioned her and she became the role model to each and every person who think that women can't. Many may think that girls are the gentle natured beings and they cannot afford the army training, struggles, and the hurdles during the war in the army, and they think they should restrict to home. But these gentle natured are those who can bear the most unbearable labor pains to give birth to a child and do not let back in any situation. Bearing labor pains or sacrifices, I think army for women is not at all a big deal for them. Girls in army adds strength for a country. And this is the story Girl in Army. Hope you guys enjoyed this story. We'll see you next time.